Mela Mame, today we are going to deal with major projects and ways and means of improving their success rates. There is no clear definition as to when a project becomes a mega project. The US Federal Highway Administration defines mega project as an infrastructure investment project with a significant cost that is generally in excess of US 1 billion, or a cost that attracts a political interest to high-level public attention owing to substantial direct and indirect impacts on the environment, community and budgets. There are always failures such as cost overruns, time overrun in construction projects, and the same applies to both developed with sophisticated delivery systems and developing countries. Global survey of the construction sector spanning 20 countries and 5 continents found as follows. Substantial cost escalation on construction and infrastructure projects is a rule rather than an exception. The average cost escalation of 45% of rail projects, 35% for tunnels and bridges, and 20% for roads. 90% of the construction projects had underestimated the cost, and the time and the cost overrun is 50 to 100% is common. In India, approximately half of all road projects have cost overruns greater than 25%, and the time extension exceeding 50%. It is also to be that the time extension does cost money, as there is a delay in the delivery of the project and hence delay in getting the return on the investment. In this kind of construction scenario, a mega project with all its complexities shall always fail, and is why there is a high percentage, over 65% of failures in mega projects. When the projects become bigger, the problem with cost overruns and benefit shortfalls also grow bigger. Some mega projects are becoming so large in relation to the national economies that cost overrun and benefit shortfalls of a single project can destabilize the country's economy. $1 billion cost overrun in 2004 Athens Olympics affected the credit rating of Greece. A similar effect occurred when benefit shortfalls hit Hong Kong's new 20 billion cheek Lapkop airport after it opened in 1998. The basic reasons for failure of any construction are as follows. Mismatch between the proposed project objectives and an organization's strategic priorities. No pre-agreed measure of project success. Ill-defined senior management and ownership and leadership. Ineffective management and ineffective engagement with stakeholders. Poor project management and technical skills. Non-standard approach to project management and risk management. Inability to differentiate stages of project management and implementation. Proposal evaluation focused on final price rather than the long-term value for money and achievement of business benefits. Lack of contact with senior management levels in the organization. Poor project team interaction between clients, subcontractors, material suppliers. There is always this talk of iron triangle, defined as cost within budget, completed on time, and outcome satisfies the company's predetermined performance criteria. When there is a failure in one of these 3 elements, then the project is considered to be a failure. In addition to the general problems of construction, mega projects owing to its size and complexity have additional factors which caused the failures are given below: technical, psychological, political and economic. Technical: imperfect forecasting techniques, insufficient data, inherent problems in correctly predicting the future scenario 20-30 years hence, and lack of necessary technical know-how or the relevant or similar past experience on the part of the forecasters, unable to select or find suitable model or procurement route, or unable to complete the final scope or expected final criteria of the finished product, unable to correctly understand the environmental impact of the project. Psychological: psychologists call this planning fallacy and optimum bias. Planners and promoters make decisions based on delusional optimism rather than the rational weighting of gains, losses and other probabilities of risk and failure. In 2003, the Treasury of the United Kingdom required for the first time that all ministries develop, implement procedures for large public projects that will curb what it calls with true British civility, optimism bias. Political economy: local authorities, developers, landowners, labourers, labour unions, politicians, officials and consultants all stand to benefit from a project which looks favourable on paper, and they have little incentive to actively avoid the bias in estimates of benefits, cost and risk. This is confirmed by UK and US studies that in situations with high political and organizational pressure, there is always this tendency of lowering the cost and increasing the benefit in order to secure approval and funding for their projects. It is clear that planning and implementation of mega projects needs reform, less deception and more honesty and review and required in estimation of cost, benefits and risk. If better projects are to be implemented, it is also to be noted that costs and benefits are not the only basis of deciding whether to build a large infrastructure project. Therefore, forms of rationality other than economic rationality, a balance in the broader frame of public decision-making process is required for large infrastructure projects. It is also noted that success rate of these mega projects is under 30%. Yet there are many projects are planned and to be implemented, and these projects represent a major source of financial risk to companies. It looks like mega projects shall continue and grow in the future irrespective of failures. Therefore, a serious understanding of same is required by the technical auditor, at least to advise the pitfalls in this exercise. The following shall be helpful in improving the success rate or outcome of the mega projects. 1. The scope to be finalized in all aspects by detailed discussion and agreed by all stakeholders, and no project to be started without the final completion of the design. Design changes during the implementation to be nil. These subsequent design changes during implementation require further time to prepare drawings, specifications, selection and ordering of material, and the cost and time overruns are guaranteed in such an environment as proved in several projects worldwide. Number 2, when the complete design is not completed for the whole project, then it has to be divided into phases. It In most cases, it is better arrangement as suitable contractor can be found for each phase rather than the whole project. Each phase to be a separate contractual agreement. 3. If there is a requirement for additional work, then fair judgment to be made regarding the contract and the associated costs. In the event the additional work cannot be accommodated within the contract period. 4. Sufficient contingency sums in the budget for time and cost overruns. 5. Risk analysis both during pre and post contract. 6. Contingency sums for scarcity and escalation of prices of material, as these were seen in practice in several countries, and these are caused by outside players. 7. Political consideration to be eliminated totally, as it has high potential to undermine the forecast of costs and benefits. Normal optimism to be replaced by realistic data both regarding costs and the benefits forecast. These forecasts be subject to maximum scrutiny by experts in the field. 9. The procurement rule to be such that it takes into consideration of the general shortfalls with corrective mechanisms. 10. As these mega projects have a long duration, escalation clauses are a must in contracts. 11. Regular and face-to-face coordination with all parties at all stages. 12. Delayed payment were quoted as one of the reasons of some failures of mega projects. Therefore, this has to be addressed before the award and correct system of same to be in place. 13. Incorrect calculation of quantities were quoted as one of the reasons for the failures of some projects. These too have to be addressed with correct professionals. 14. Sufficient public database are required for certain projects. 15. Environmental issues and safety authority requirements to be carefully analyzed before the award. 16. Sometimes there are some unethical actions taken place in the selection of materials suppliers for the project. As noted in a report in Malaysia, all material suppliers to be scrutinized. 17. Late delivery of working, shop drawing and poor management practices by both consultant and contractor were also recorded for time and cost overruns, and hence these to be addressed. 18. Slow decision making process was also found to be a cause for time overruns in certain projects. This too to be addressed. Check whether the project or part of it obsolete after saving the initial purpose. 20. Agree and include in the conditions of contract dispute resolution mechanism and avoid wastage of time and blame culture. 21. Sufficient tender period, a minimum of 30 days to be given. 22. If the project is to be awarded to pre-qualified contractors, which is a good option, then there should be correct procedure for pre-qualification, such as but not limited to experience in similar successfully completed projects, availability of resources, both men and equipment. Partnering or maximum guaranteed price option can also be considered. Discussion with the proposed tenderers and the design team prior to the tender shall be helpful in reducing the post-tender correspondence. In the context of construction in general and mega projects in particular, the Auditor General of National Audit Office in the United Kingdom's report regarding the 213/14 savings reported by the efficiency and reform group needs careful study by the construction professionals. The savings covers among others, mega and other construction projects, some of which are given below for reference. Mega projects, cancer projects, department have reported savings of nearly 330 million in 2013 to 314 by cancellation of low priority or wasteful projects. This saving is equivalent to the amount that would have been spent had the project continued. These code projects, departments have reported savings of nearly $470 million in 2013 to 14 by removing low priority elements from the scope of their major projects. This saving in the amount that would have been spent on lower priority elements. Reduction in project cost. Departments have reported savings of over $645 million in 2013 to 14 by taking action that resulted in a quantifiable reduction in the cost of the project. This saving to be reduce the project cost. Reduction in service provision cost. Departments have reported saving of nearly $2,340 million in 2013 to 14 following successful implementation of projects and programs. The saving is the difference between the cost prior to the project delivery and the cost following successful implementation of the project, where possible net of the cost of the project. The 2013 to 14 cost may be influenced by the factors outside of the individual projects. Construction. Department reported eliminating over $1,230 million from the planned cost of construction projects in 2013 to 14. Commercial relationships. It is by better managing contracts and commercial arrangements, government has saved nearly $2,715 million in 2013 to 14. This includes nearly $300 million recovered from the suppliers. Thank you.